Says anyone responsible for the Hillsborough tragedy could face manslaughter charges. David Crompton admitted there are a number of issues which he may refer to the Independent Police Complaints Commission. Sky's Nick Martin reports.
Justice is a word which has been used a lot in the past few days, but the damning Hillsborough report has added a huge amount of weight to the campaign to get it. And South Yorkshire police, so damaged by revelations about its past, are now trying to reassure that they'll get it right in the future.
We're looking at the full range of issues that people might imagine once they'd listened to the independent report that came out the other day. So at the top end, that's the corporate manslaughter, but it could be individual manslaughter, and then things like perjury, misconduct in a public office, misuse of the police national computer and leaking information to the media.
A key player in the investigation will be one of their own, Sir Norman Bettison, a chief inspector with the South Yorkshire Force back in 1989 and now the chief constable at West Yorkshire Police. His role in Hillsborough is to be probed. Sir Norman Bettison angered many when he said publicly, shortly after the publication of that report, that the job of the police that day was made more difficult by the behaviour of some fans. Well, he's since backtracked on that and has reissued a statement apologising for those comments. Sir Norman Bettison said, "The police failed to control the situation, which ultimately led to the tragic deaths of 96 entirely innocent people. I can be no plainer than that, and I am sorry if my earlier statement, intended to convey the same message, has caused any further upset. My role was never to besmirch the fans. I did not do that."
Okay, mate. Cheers, thank you. You're welcome.
Steve Kelly, who lost his brother Michael in the Hillsborough disaster, believes his brother was one of the 41 the report said had the potential to have lived if help had come sooner. He says the apology from Sir Norman Bettison isn't enough.
He needs to resign his position. I think he needs to give up his knighthood, and he's even got a doctor from Liverpool University. I think he needs to give that up and sever all links, because we really don't want to be involved with a man like that.
The Hillsborough files have revealed much about what really happened that day, but it isn't the end, say campaigners. They want to see people held accountable in court for their actions 23 years ago.
Well, Nick is live for us in Wakefield. So, Nick, what are the next steps in this case?
Well, West Yorkshire Police have been watching very carefully what their neighbours in South Yorkshire have been doing since the investigation report was published. And we now know that South Yorkshire Police intend to prepare something for the Independent Police Complaints Commission. But in the last half an hour, we've been given a statement from the West Yorkshire Police Federation, which pretty much says that they are looking at what South Yorkshire Police are doing. And in relation to their own Chief Constable, Sir Norman Bettison, they will convene a special committee at the earliest opportunity, they say, and that if any evidence comes out of their own investigations, then they will prepare a file on their own Chief Constable too, which they will then possibly submit to the Independent Police Complaints Commission. So pressure continually being ramped up on Sir Norman Bettison. This is not the first time he's been asked to resign, because he had such a central role in those days leading after the Hillsborough tragedy. But now that the report has been published, there are major questions to be asked about his own role and his own decisions back then. And of course, the family's calling for his resignation and to be stripped of his knighthood won't help him either.
Nick Martin, thank you.